So Leute, willkommen zurück bei einer weiteren Folge Let's Play Stanley Parable. Ja, wir sind wieder am Anfang.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Ich glaube, ich folge jetzt einfach meiner Stimme. Meine Welt, kannst du... Warte mal kurz. Kannst du mich hören? Du sollst mich nicht beim Chatten stören. Meines Tagesablauf ist sehr klein, denn ich bin durchgehend on... Oh mein Gott. Ja, auf dem Schrott. Das seht ihr jetzt gerade nicht, aber... mir hat eine... Ja, ich gehe einfach mal weiter.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ja, ist ja gut. Mein Brudi hat es mir empfohlen. Ja.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
Ich überspreche ihn einfach. Weder sind mir eigentlich übrigens vorhin aufgefallen, so wie dieser Anzug, das ist halt, sieht übrigens auch das Bild in der Taskleiste aus.
Desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it, and Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What the... Woher kommt die Musik?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Jo. So sieht meine Haustür auch aus. Ist einfach ein Kamin. Dann fahren wir wieder Fahrstuhl. Oh. Woher kam die Musik? Yay, Loading Screen. Oh mein Gott. Kann es sein, dass man das Spiel übrigens in einen durchspielen kann? Muss? Und nicht irgendwie... Oder sowas? Ja, das ist witzig, da muss ich ja... Hier aufhören. Immer das davor durch bis dahin spielen. Weil ich das bestimmt nicht in einen durch aufnehmen kann. Oder?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Wir gehen mal wieder dahin. Aha.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Ja, ist das schön.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Ich kann doch nicht springen, das ist voll lustig. Finde ich jetzt recht.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature.
Wo sind wir eigentlich? Oh, guck mal da.
Bore the number of an employee in the building.
Da sind wir.
Co-workers.
14.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Aha. Ich habe mal so eine Frage. Wenn jeder dieser Blitze so ein Arbeitsplatz sein soll, wer hat denn bitte schon Treppen ausgearbeitet?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Und wieder.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
It
was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his
Boah, das ist
entire
voll
life
hypnotisierend,
utterly
das
blind
Licht.
to the world?
Oh, ist aus.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Jetzt drücken wir auf
Happy,
Off.
or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never...
Yay! Yay.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Das Licht.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oder beat the game. Haben wir es geschafft? Nee, das ist der gleiche Loading Screen wie am Anfang. Warte.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Willst du mich
Stanley
verarschen?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Egal ob ich auch nur da aufdrücke, komme ich hier hin.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, jetzt mache ich genau alles umgekehrt.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Puh, ich höre nicht mehr auf die Stimme. Die Stimme ist
Stanley
böse.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ich mach jetzt einfach das Gegenteil.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her? Haben wir eine
This is it,
Freundin?
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to...
Hallo? Hallo? Ist da jemand?
sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Guck mal, da war mein Name.
Okay, there we
Bread.
go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Schon.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come
Was ein
inside.
Arschloch du bist.
Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Aber ich bin doch noch am Leben.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
Ja, aber du hast mir doch gesagt, ich
He's
soll das
coming
drücken.
back to work. One
Obwohl,
might
nein,
even
ich wollte
feel
ja genau
sorry
das.
for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Ich setze mal erst eine
But
O.
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Ja, würde ich auch sagen.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
What the fuck?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Ist ja nützlich.
It was such a wonderful fantasy. And so in his head, he relived it again. And then again.
Irgendwann mal
and
die
again,
komplette Tastatur
over
durch.
and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. That he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Doch, mach ich.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Spiegel?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What the fuck? Was ist das für ein Game? bevor es jetzt weitergeht, beende ich hier die nächste Folge. Das Spiel macht mich aggressiv, wisst ihr das? Also, wenn ihr mich sehen würdet, ich habe so ein riesengroßes Fragezeichen auf dem Kopf, wie so ein Pokémon-Typ. Und das ist jetzt so aufblinkt. Bling! Und dann sowas, ne? Ihr wisst. Deswegen sage ich jetzt mal, damit ich noch ein paar Pokémon-Kämpfe austragen kann. Ciao, bis zum nächsten Mal, wenn es wieder heißt Let's Play Stanley Parable.